As roupas vintage estão novamente na moda. O termo vintage significa roupa feita entre 20 e 100 anos atrás e usada por pessoas de outras gerações. Este estilo ficou popular nos anos 60, quando os jovens começaram a rejeitar a moda comum e a criar o seu próprio estilo. Nos anos 70, ficou ligado aos movimentos hippie e punk. Nos anos 80 e 90, estilistas e celebridades começaram a usar roupas vintage em desfiles e eventos. Hoje são mais populares que nunca e ajudam também a proteger o ambiente, pois promovem a reciclagem. Daniel Ramalho, dono da Racket Vintage, é grande apaixonado pela moda vintage.
Since I started buying my own clothes, I've always been interested in going into thrift stores or going into secondhand shops. I really like old things. Like I like when something looks old. I like looking for things that are a bit beaten or a bit wasted away. And so that sort of has always been the draw for me. What you wear really determines how you move in the world. And so you take a suit from the 30s and you're really constricted or you're really loose and you feel your body change and you feel your atmosphere change based off of what you're wearing. So I think clothes from different generations can really bring that out in you, bring that sort of different takes. I touch clothes all day, right? So I'm always out of the 1,000 pieces I touch one day, there's definitely going to be one or two pieces that are really, really special, and I try and keep those pieces and try and showcase the best that the vintage world has to offer from my viewpoint. I think to get into this world, you have to be already in love with it. I don't think you could just enter it as a business practice. Don't think it would work.
Daniel explica a ligação especial que tem com a roupa vintage e as histórias que cada peça guarda.
I worked for the best vintage guy in the city in Kensington Market. Like he taught me, the difference between 1920s gauze and 1930s gauze, and like those little types of minute details you really only come across by being in the business and by actually touching all the clothes. Then you sort of just get a feel for. You can feel it. You can feel it in the wool. You can feel it in the silk. You can feel the weave almost. I don't know. They kind of just speak to you. I like very classic masculine aesthetics. I like leather, denim, super casual or formal menswear is what I really gravitate towards. Definitely there are pieces that you come across and you're like, okay, there's a soul to this, I definitely have a couple pieces that very special to me, whether they are like super rare and like I'm of a movie that I really like, that I love this movie and this t-shirt's from the 70s or whatever and it's of this movie, I love it. That's mine. That's my favorite thing.
Quanto mais rara for uma peça de roupa, mais valor ela tem. E que o mistério sobre quem a usou no passado também a torna especial.
I really like the older the piece, the more inspired I am by it. The older the piece, the rarer it is. I love 1930s clothing. That stuff is very expensive because it's hard to find. It's hard to find in good condition. It's hard to find a wearable condition. The history behind something makes it particularly enticing. I think knowing that I love leather biker jackets. I love leather biker jackets that have scratches and scrapes and are really worn in because it shows the story of, okay, this person that wore this leather jacket on this bike maybe 40 years ago fell on his right arm. And I can see where he hit the road and like you can see the story there and he kept wearing that jacket, so maybe he's okay, and like what I mean? There's a lot of it is you're making up a story really because you don't know what happened to these clothing. You weren't there. You weren't there in the 60s when that jacket broke initially. But it's finding the pieces with a little bit of flavor, a little bit of something's wrong with them. Oh, this has been patched, like this is why. Like someone loved it so much that they, wanted to put the arm patches on it, or they added a pin or a patch or painted their name or something. I think you can find the person that wore the thing before in the thing. You know what I mean?
Daniel Ramalho mostra uma grande paixão pela moda e pelas roupas vintage. Ele dedica-se com muito carinho a satisfazer cada cliente. O luso-canadiano também fala sobre os seus planos para o futuro da sua loja, a Racket Vintage.
This is if you want to take a look at me, who I am, this is me. This is like every corner you look, I've looked at that corner and I've meticulously manipulated the things to be in the way that they are because that's what feels right to me. I love to source. I love to touch clothes. I love to buy them, and more than buying them, I like to pass them on to the right owners. Finding a shirt on a rack and then finding the person that shirt really belongs to is a special moment. When you're faced with mountains of clothes and you can find mountains of good clothes in it, it's hard to navigate what's worth taking and what's worth leaving behind sometimes. I'm a day-to-day kind of guy, but I would love to be in this world still. I know I will be some way or another. This is more than my career. This is my passion. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to my future. I'm looking forward to new customers and to meeting new people. I'm excited to be able to really get it out there and really, strut my stuff and show what I got. Yeah.